I have a very simple solution for the welfare problem. It's called marriage.
Called what?
It's called marriage. Works everywhere in the world. Now, in slavery, 80% of black people were married. 40 years ago, 80% of black people were still married. Now, less than half are married, and 90% of the teenage girls who are getting pregnant and having babies now no longer marry. Now, what I would like to ask you quite simply is, what is about...
So obviously it's helped destroy the American family.
It's happening right before our eyes. What is it about black men that you don't want to marry them anymore?
Let me tell you something. That's right. My name is Patricia Bill. I was not always on welfare. I am now. I am not going to be on it in a few months, okay? What you talking about, welfare mothers walk the streets? That's a lie. They do not. There are welfare mothers walking the streets. There are some that don't do things. I am in a training program, okay? I'm trying to better myself so I can be back for into the job market.
Well, good. Betty, sir. We've asked you to have 10 babies. And as long as there's welfare, you're going to keep doing it. As long as there's welfare,
I have one child. Okay, you're going to take babies.
More people like you. More people like you we need.
Excuse me, so you mean to say that only the rich...
Get in.
...works with me, who would help
You tell them the story.
Who would help me to babysit. So between my mother and this friend, who I would not be able to do anything without, this is the truth, I have been able to keep my daughter, go to work, and go to college, okay? That's when I got off the welfare.
And the other woman over there who had 1 child. Where do you get off having 8 kids on welfare when a normal person, a responsible person doesn't have but 1 or 2 or 3? When you don't pay for it, it doesn't matter to you, you know what I mean? But when you start paying, then you'll start thinking about what you're going to do about birth control. But when you're not paying, you don't care, so you do whatever you want, right? That's why you get 8 or 9 kids in each and every welfare family.
No.
Black, white, or Puerto Rican.
Brother, you don't know what you're talking about.
That is a lie.
Average number
That is a lie.
Excuse me.
I don't know what background you came from. Your mother probably was on welfare too.
That's the average. It's 2.
The average number.
Oh, I want to hear what she has to say.
The agenda of women is different
Slippy,
from... I'm sorry, yes. The agenda of women is really vastly different from that of men. How many times have your lovers, your wives, come and said to you, let's talk. I need to talk about this. I need problem resolution. And the man, this is generally, the man will say, no, I don't want to talk. I can't figure it out yourself. Do it yourself. The agenda is different. Men, because of their, I think, feeling of inferiority.
What?
Yes, I know it.
You believe that men think they're inferior to women? Do you believe that?
I think they feel that way.
This isn't a comedy show. We're supposed to...
However...
Will you stand away from the loud man? How do you respond to Ms. Lynn's comments? All right?
First of all, I got to explain the skirt because there's a significance. I mean, I'm comfortable in it, and you're right, but I'm making a statement. I'm making a statement.
It's a precious one.
Well, it's an important one. It's an important statement. It's not an accident that women can wear pants or suits and ties, men's clothes. But if a man takes a small step outside of a very narrow, limited male role, he's criticized for that, or he's ridiculed, or he's fired. A man who comes to work in a skirt might be fired by a female supervisor in a suit and tie. And if that happens to him, there are groups like the American Civil Liberties Union that pretend to care about equal rights. They won't take his case. They go to court to fight for women's rights. But men's equal rights just isn't a priority for them. See, this says men's equal rights is a priority for me.
The record states that you're the director for the National Center for Men also, all right? Go ahead, set your record.
Look, we got to set the record straight on the money question. 60 cents on the dollar, 63 cents on the dollar. I want to say one thing, and I want this to, if people at home get one thing, they should get this. When women do the same work as men, with the same education and the same experience, they make the same. They make the same amount of money. The reason that women make less money than men is that they take long periods of time off from the workplace to raise children or to do other things like get involved in the women's movement, and that's why they get less. When women make equal sacrifice with men, they get the same amount of money as men.
Is that right, Andrea? Well, wait a second. Wait a second. We're cheering like hell here, but I don't see any of the women clapping their hands. Andrea, is he just...
This is the only developed country in the world in the workforce that doesn't allow men parental leave and mothers parental leave with pay for 2 or 3 or 4 months. So it's a problem within the system, and I think that dads should be allowed to spend quality time with an infant should they choose to do it just as much as women do.